Welcome back, you guys. It is Ravi, and today we are going to review some of the apps that I've been using over the last 6 weeks to say whether or not they're good, they're bad, or maybe they're not for me, but they could be for you. All right, so stick around and let's get to it. Lights, camera, let's ignite. Bring the energy, we shine so bright. Click that play, it's time to groove. This is the moment, we're in the mood. Okay, so today we're going to discuss some of those apps that I've been using for the last few weeks and letting you know how I feel about them, whether they're right for me, whether they could be right for you, or if you just should bypass them altogether. Okay? But first, make sure you are clicking that notification bell, you're hitting that like button, and you are subscribing so you can get more information like this. Okay, let's get to it. Now, the first app is just going to be a gimme, okay? If you guys have been watching my content either here or on TikTok or any place else, you know the primary app that I have been promoting, been hyping up is Mango Entertainment, okay? Now, none of these apps pay me. I do not get any type of compensation for these apps. This is just my honest review. But right now, Mango Entertainment is by far the most superior of all the apps that I have tried thus far. Okay? And maybe it's because I just like the style. I like what they have to offer. And I can see the potential in the app. Okay? So maybe there's a small biasness there. It's my perspective, my opinion. All right? So what do I like about Mango Entertainment? Okay? Here are the pros. All right? Like TikTok, okay? When you live stream, you can have multi-guests. You can have the boxes where you can bring people up and have panel discussions, all right? You can see and interact with each other if people want to have their cameras on, okay? So that's a pro. Another pro is the reward split, 70% to 30%, okay? Creators get 70% of the rewards that they are given, of the gifts that they are given. Okay? 3, the gifts. Go back and watch my other video. It's around here somewhere. Go back and watch that other video of all the gifts and animations, and the creator, the founder, has just announced that they released 11 more gifts after I posted that video. Okay? All right? 4, you can receive rewards or gifts directly from your content. So whether you're posting reels or you're posting just regular posts, you can receive gifts directly to your content, which is amazing. Which means as of now, there's no creator rewards program. Okay? 5, battling. They're only 3 minutes long, y'all. No reason to go a full 5 minutes of battling. 3-minute battles, old school style, no boosters, is just straight out team against team. 6, the Discord. The staff in the Discord are very communicative. Updates are posted multiple times a day. Okay? They engage, they take feedback, and this is also where the help desk is. So if there is an issue on the app, if there's a glitch, if there's something that you're running into, you go into the Discord and you submit a support ticket. All right? There's someone on staff 24/7, so these tickets are reviewed. All right, you know how you get interrupted mid-thought, you don't remember what you were saying? Okay, mom life. On the other hand, my husband said I look cute today. Okay, back to what I was saying. I believe I was on number 6, which is the Discord communication, putting a help ticket into Discord, and they respond pretty much immediately. It's a 24/7 service. Okay? Awesome. All right, so what are some things that Mango Entertainment still needs to work on? Remember, the app is only at this time about 4 or 5 weeks old. Okay? So the fact that they have this much accomplished in such a short period of time is absolutely amazing. Okay? But there's still some things that need some work. and they are actively working to fix these things. Okay, so the first thing that needs some work, I think it is the audio only rooms. I can't tell. I do go into some rooms where everything is black and I hear people talking, but I can't tell if it's because their videos are off or if it is an audio only room. So if that is an audio only room, that is something that does need to be worked on, at least like have some type of icon or something there if it's an audio only room. 2, when it comes to posting reels, right now, as soon as you're done editing or whatever, and you push like next, it pushes it out. There's no opportunity to put a description or anything with your content. So that is something that needs to be worked on for those of us who maybe want to put links in our content, things like that. So that's something that's not there yet, but hopefully will be coming pretty soon. All right, another thing that is a personal, it's a personal issue for me, but it may not be an issue for anyone else. So just take it for what it's an issue with me. And I think it's just because of what I'm accustomed to landing on versus maybe what the vision is for the app. Okay, is that when you log in, you're landing right on who is live, which is great. It is a live streaming platform with content creation, all that stuff added in. And I'm just accustomed to landing onto like where people have their reels and things like that. But it's not a bad thing. It's just something that I'm not accustomed to. But since it is a live streaming app, it makes sense that it'll land on the live streams. All right. But in that regard, you can't see a preview of the live streams. You just see who's on. So you're looking at the icon. You have to click in to see what people are talking about. On one hand, that's pretty ingenious. At least it gets people clicks to go into their app or go into their live, go into their room. On the other hand, if you just want to hear real fast what people are talking about, there's no way to do that anonymously. So maybe having some type of running stream in the future, all right, of when you scroll down or you look down, you can see a preview of what is being discussed in that room. Okay. 4th, I mean, it's a brand new app, so it's still going to have its glitches and its bugs, and they're actively working on it. So if you're okay with bugs and things like that, which every app has, let me reiterate, no matter what app you are on, it's going to have bugs and glitches. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, they all have glitches. So don't let the fact that the app has glitches and the app's only 5 weeks old, don't let that be the fact that you don't go and check it out. Okay? So overall, like I said, this is my go-to app, right? This is the app that I absolutely adore, and I'm on more often than I am on TikTok these days. Okay? So that is Mango Entertainment. That is my #1 rated app. I probably should have did reverse order, but no, my #1 rated app is Mango Entertainment. Okay? Number 2, Fanbase. Now, interestingly enough,
what the hell did you just say?
Interestingly enough. Okay. Anyways, interestingly enough, if that's the word, all right? From my observations, Fanbase and Mango Entertainment must have used the same base platform to build their app. I don't build apps or anything like that. I don't do any of that stuff. But when you use them back to back, for example, you go to Fanbase to post an app, good Lord. You go to Fanbase to post a reel, right? You go through that process. Then you go to Mango to post a reel. You go to that process. You realize that they are using the same baseline platform, okay? Just letting y'all know that, just put it out there. It doesn't mean anything, but I just found it curious. I found it interesting, especially since these are my top 2 rated apps and they have like the same base foundation of platform. So, I mean, good, right? Okay. All right. So, Fanbase. Fanbase is a decent app. It is. You guys just have to understand how to use it. So I've read lots of comments about how when you log on to Fanbase, it's only it just looks like IG. But there's so many more components to it. Now, Fanbase actually has everything that anyone can need in an app except for a couple of things, and I'll get to those in a little bit. Okay? So first, let's talk about their post page. When you open the app, you're going to land on the post page. This is the page that looks like Instagram. Okay? So when you open it up, you're going to be able to scroll down and you're going to see posts, you're going to see videos, and you're going to be able to comment, things like that. But it does look just like Instagram. Okay? So if you want more of the TikTok experience, okay, you are going to click on the little movie scene icon, okay? And then that'll take you to the page that's more like TikTok, where it's just reels and you can scroll through the reels, okay? Now, similar to Mango, all of these posts for both the post portion and the reels portion, any content that you create and post has the opportunity to receive gifts, all right? And these gifts are in the forms of hearts. So you can buy a heart packet, or a package of hearts, and every time you press the heart, it is 1 coin. Okay, so you're gifting the, oopsie. So you're gifting the post as you go along. So you can either like the post, you can give it a heart, or you can do both. All right, I've given plenty of thumbs ups and hearts. Okay, if y'all hear my son sneezing, I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but if y'all hear him sneezing, all right, oops. Okay, so that's the post part. Now, the lives, all right, the live streams. The live streams are pretty good. If you are accustomed to TikTok style lives, you're not going to get it with Fanbase. Fanbase does not have multi-guest boxes, okay? So if you are live streaming on Fanbase, it's going to be more similar to YouTube. It's just going to be you and people in the chat, okay? And for a lot of us, that's absolutely fine. We have no problem talking, carrying on a conversation, engaging with the chat. Nothing like, we have no issues with that. However, if you are someone that relies on your guests in the boxes to help carry the live for you, to give you feedback, to maybe fill some of the empty space, you're not going to get that on Fanbase, at least in the live stream. Okay? Similar to the post, you can give hearts. There are no other types of gifts to give on Fanbase. You're giving hearts, which makes it, in my opinion, it makes it less fun. All right? Unfortunately, TikTok did spoil us with seeing animated gifs, right? And Mango has jumped right on that, has even provided us with better animated gifs, okay? And so the fact that if you're gifting someone and you're just giving little hearts, you're just hitting the heart button, you're giving little hearts, is anticlimactic, okay? But at least you can still monetize, right? So that's live streams. I think the best thing that Fanbase has going for them right now are the audio only rooms, right? The chat rooms. And someone said that they remind them of Clubhouse. I never had Clubhouse, so I can't make that comparison. But basically, these are audio only rooms, right? These are rooms where you go in, you have a host in the room, and it's, to me, this is more similar to the TikTok panel. It's just there's no video component to it, okay? So when you go into the room, you have the host, and it's split into like 2 parts. You have people who are talking are on the panel at the top, and then you have the people who are in the chat down at the bottom, okay? And whoever is part of the conversation, you know, they have the ability to mic and unmic, and they have the little icons, right? The little profile pictures. And what I really find really fun and cute is that every time you want to react, whether you're at the top or at the bottom, you tap your little icon and it opens up the screen with all the emotes, and then you can tap that emote and then it'll show the it'll display the emote that you selected for a short period of time. I absolutely love that. I thought that was the cutest thing. Took me a minute to figure out how people were doing it. I'm like, why are all these little emotes popping up? And I'm like, how do you do that? And then I'm like, wait a minute, let me just tap on my face. Oh, that's where it is. Okay. So I think that is probably like the best thing they have going for them for this app. The conversations in there are so good, you guys. So good. About 90% of the conversation, about 90% of the conversation.
If you have something to say, then just spit it out already.
Why can't I talk? About 90% of the conversations have some type of edifying content, edifying information. Sometimes you are going to find the rooms where they're just BSing or whatever, but a lot of the conversations are so good, so intellectual. This professor brain, it just does it so much good. And it's not people arguing and fighting and yelling at each other most of the time, okay? So if you want a really good conversation where people are just in there to have a good discourse, to have a good debate, this is the place to go. The one thing I don't really like about that setup is that the chat is on a different page. So you actually have to click the chat button to be put into the chat in order to read what people are typing, which is fine. You can go back and forth, but it's not as seamless as having the chat at the bottom so you can read the chat while you're having a conversation. All right. So overall, I'll give this app, let's see, where Mango, I would probably give Mango like an 8 out of 10 at this point. I'll give Fanbase probably like a 6 out of 10. Moving on to Favorited. Favorited is a live streaming platform only, at least for now. So right now, if you're a content creator and you want to post reels or anything like that, you cannot do that on Favorited at this point in time. All right. Now, the founder did say that he was looking into finding, like expanding and having the ability to add posts to the app. But right now, you cannot. Okay. So let's talk about the live streams. Yes, you can have multi-guest boxes on Favorited. Okay. So that's a plus. Okay. And yes, they have animated GIFs that are pretty good. Not as good as Mango's, but they're okay. Actually, they're not even actually, no. I'm going to take that back. The GIFs are okay. The animations are okay. They're not even as good as TikTok's, okay? But at least they have them. Okay? So, you can live stream. You can co-host. All right? You can bring up panelists, and you can battle. Okay? Now, right now, the battling is, there's no boosters yet. I don't think there's a booster. I haven't seen anyone use boosters. Okay? So, if there are boosters, someone correct me in the comments. Okay? But I haven't seen anyone use boosters. I haven't battled. So, I can't tell you if there's boosters or not. But the battles that I've watched, I have not seen any boosters being used. Okay? So, you can live stream, co-host, have up guests, and you can battle. All right? Awesome. I don't really have too much more to say about Fanbase, except that if you do click, if you're a new user, and like you click on my link below, then you'll get 50 free coins when you sign up. All right? And then once you get those 50 free coins once, you can't do it again. So you can't just click on everyone's links and get 50 free coins, okay? You can click on someone's link one time and get the 50 free coins. That's pretty much all I have about Favorite It. It's not my favorite app. I still have it on my phone, just in case. I do go check it out every once in a while, but I don't go on there on a regular basis. I think I go on there like maybe once a week at this point. So it is close to getting deleted from my phone, but I'm holding out to see if they actually make the changes and add posting capabilities. Okay? So for me right now, Favorite It is, I'll say like a 4 out of 10 for me. All right? My experience live streaming on it wasn't great. There's a lot of competition out there, so unless you bring over a whole community, you're going to get lost in the fray when it comes to the live hosting. But if you do have a large community of supporters, like 10,000 or more supporters that are actively engaging with you on whatever platform you're on, and you move them all over to Fanbase, or at least like a good 50% of them, then you have a good opportunity to build over there. So if you're a larger creator, you have no problem going over Fanbase. If you're a smaller creator, you might get lost. You might get lost in a fray unless you get really lucky. Okay? All right. So that's Fanbase. That is a 4 out of 10, and it's on its way out from being deleted from my phone. Okay? So the next app is Bigo, B-I-G-O. All right? I'll be upfront. I've already deleted it from my phone. It lasted on my phone for about a week. Okay? So Bigo is also a live streaming platform only. Okay? So when you go on, the setup is really nice. When it comes to quality, this app is amazing. Okay? So I'm not going to take anything away from it. It's just not for me. Right? This app is amazing. You log on, it's bright, it's clear. You can tell that they put a lot of money into developing the quality of the app and the quality of the visuals. Okay? This poor microphone is getting beat up really badly. Okay? Now, the reason I say this app isn't for me, and I might give it a second go around if anyone can convince me otherwise, okay? The reason it's not for me is that, I'm an older person. Okay, I'm not old. All right? I'm Gen X, okay? So I've reached a point in my life where I want conversations in most of my engagements. I don't want a lot of booty shaking and flesh, okay? So I popped in similar to Mango, there was like no like preview of what you're going to see. And so there was nothing edifying for my brain on that app. However, there was one creator on there. I found refuges because I was determined to give this app a shot. Okay? So I clicked on his room and he had a good vibe. He's a nice young man. He had some music going on and he was engaging with the chat and trying to have conversations with the chat. Okay? So that then gave me the opportunity to check out some of the features on the app. And the features of the app are amazing. It's amazing, you guys. Okay? So I do recommend this app to people, but the features on the app are amazing. The graphics are really, really, really good. And there's so many things in that app to keep you engaged while you're in a live that it can really boost like the view time for a live host. So there are missions, there's a lot of things to do. So personal issues aside, I will give this app an 8 out of 10. Lots of good features that I would love for some of the other apps to adapt, okay? Or adopt. Okay, so the last one I'm just going to recommend is not like any of these other apps. It's Blue Sky. I'm sure you guys have heard of Blue Sky. It's been all over the place. It's been climbing the ranks. It is the alternative to Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, okay? So if you are a Twitter refugee, Blue Sky is the place to go. Okay, it's like old school Twitter. There's actual conversations happening. Can y'all see a theme in my? Can you see a theme in what I like? If you are a Blue Sky refugee, just go over there. Okay. That reminds me of the last one I was going to talk about. Red Note. I lasted on Red Note for 48 hours. Okay. The reason I left Red Note is one, I am too lazy to try to learn another language. Okay. I know they're working hard. Like a lot of the people who are originally on the app, they're trying to do a lot of communication in English because they are much better people than we are. Okay. Much better people than we are. They are adapting themselves to us when they don't have to. Okay. So kudos to them. But two, I like to talk about a lot of things that would not go over well on that platform. So I have to alter so much of myself to post over there. Okay? And I'm not willing to do that. I want to be able to say what I want to say in the manner that I want to say it, which is one of the reasons I have spent less time on TikTok. Okay? I just want to be able to talk the way I talk and not try to use coded words and just have a conversation. So it felt too much TikTokish over there when it came to speaking, which is absolutely fine. It's their rules. And so since I don't like the rules, I deleted it. Fair as that. Okay? But I've heard so many good things. I heard about the cultural exchanges, the conversations people are having, and like the things that Americans are learning. So I love gleaning the information that people are learning from the community on that app and bringing it over to other platforms. I absolutely love that. So if you want to engage in better cultural relations, have good discourse, that is a good place to go. So if you like that, I'll give the app overall probably a 7 out of 10. All right? It's just not for me. So I've deleted Red Note and Bigo for my phone. Favorite is on its last leg. There are 2 new apps out that are for people who like to sell, for creators that like to sell, and that's Whatnot and Flip. Now, I did briefly go over these in a TikTok post, and that link is below in the description. So we're going to list here my scores of all of the apps that I've used, all right, in their rankings. So the list is right here. Okay. Awesome. Now, you guys tell me, comment down below. You guys comment down below. Which app or apps have you tried? Which ones do you like? And which ones don't you like? All right. Do you agree with my list? Why or why not? Let's have a conversation. Okay. And while we're at it, make sure you guys are engaging with each other down there, especially if you are a small YouTube creator and you are looking to get more subscribers. All right. Engage in the chat. Get to know people down there in the comments so that we can then go and visit your page and engage with you. All right. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for listening and engaging, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Say hugs. Lights, camera, let's ignite. Bring the energy, we shine so bright.